Guys, I have fallen over 500 times during my travels over the 30 years. I crashed into trucks, cars, other motorcycles. I crashed by myself in deserts and mountains, crossing rivers and on the racetrack. Today, I will show you how to come out of a crash with a bruised ego rather than a broken back. Let's agree on something. Bikes are not the safest thing on earth. You're basically sitting on a hot engine with 20 liters of fuel between your legs on two wheels that cannot balance themselves. So most riders, when they go riding, they put on their jacket, their pants, their shoes and their gloves. They think they're ready. But the second you crash and you hit the asphalt, you will realize how unprepared you are. People have been trying forever to see how to protect riders, and motorcycle airbags is nothing new. They started working on motorcycle airbags in the 1970s in research labs in the UK. And initially they said it would be a good idea to put an airbag on a motorcycle just like a car. Honda have actually done this, and they put the airbag on the bike in the front. However, this has some shortcomings. First of all, it was only designed for straight lines and hitting something from the front. So the rider doesn't fall forward, the airbag pops and it protects him. But this does not protect him from a hit from the back, a hit from the side, a slide, and all of these other crash occasions. So they decided, let's move the airbag to the rider himself. The thing that we need to protect is the rider. The first early adoptions of airbag were the airbags with a tether system. So you are attached to the bike with a hook, a click, some kind of a rope, and the minute this disconnects, the airbag pops. Now, this had some shortcomings. Every time you forget you're hooked, you get off the bike, it pops. In the future, the tether system developed, and now it needs certain force to pop, so something between 40 and 80 pounds of force. Still, there is a problem with the tether system, because if you fall and you stick to the bike, which new riders normally do, it will not pop. Several occasions will not allow it to pop in time, and it doesn't really cover your entire body. Then came the electronic airbags. With the development and the technology, things becoming smaller, faster, smarter. Dainese in 1994 started the whole airbag system with the technology, the sensor and stuff. However, in 2011, Alpinestars launched their tech airbag system specifically for MotoGP. In 2018, in MotoGP, the airbags became mandatory. In that time, Alpinestars built this tech airbag for racers. And with time, and with development, and with them collecting so much data from these racers to develop their algorithms, this came down to us. What they are wearing is the same thing we are wearing today. Let's talk some technology. The Alpinestars Tech Airbag system is an autonomous electronic airbag system that uses algorithms to make decisions on inflating or not. So the Tech Airbag system has four main components. Number one is the ECU. This is the brain of the Tech Airbag. This is the one that takes the readings from the other components to make a decision, should I inflate or not? Is this a crash or is it just a lean? The ECU itself is the brain. It's the one that has the algorithm that has been developed through years and years of research. The second component is the accelerometers and the gyroscopes. It's an array of sensors basically that takes data from your riding. We're talking speed, lean angle, location, G-force, everything happening, and feeds this into the ECU. And we're talking 1,000 times per second. These readings are continuously feeding the ECU. So that's the second component. The ECU, the brain, and the array of sensors that feeds the ECU. The third component is the gas canisters. These are argon gas canisters installed on the back, and they will get the signal once the crash is detected to release the gas. This release happens in milliseconds. We're talking 20 to 50 milliseconds depending on the size of the airbag, because it takes more time to inflate a 3XL rather than a small. And the final part is the bladder. The bladder is installed within the airbag, and the argon gas releases into the bladder, allowing it to inflate in 20 to 50 milliseconds fully, giving you protection from every side on the shoulders, chest, and the back. So now we know what are the components of the airbag. How does it inflate? Basically, the ECU keeps monitoring this, as we said, at 1,000 times per second. Keeps taking readings about your speed, your angle, your direction. All of this data keeps feeding. Once there is a crash, the algorithm is the one who decides, is this really a crash or just a hard turn or a brake or whatever it is. The algorithm, which is handled by the ECU and the brain, will say, oh, this is a crash, so let's inflate. This gives an order to to the gas canisters and they puncture and they release the entire gas into the bladder, allowing it to protect you once you fall. This thing inflates within 20 to 50 milliseconds. It is faster than saying, oh shit, I crashed. Now we know about the airbag, we know how it works. We know it gives you 95% protection over standard and normal level 2 protectors in your body. So let's go buy an airbag. It's not that simple. Now they give you options, a lot of options. Now we need to decide which airbag is suitable for you. Actually, which airbag is suitable for your riding style and your bike. We will start one by one from the Tech-Air 3 and go up. We start from the Tech-Air 3. Tech-Air 3 is the lightest tech airbag Alpinestars has. This is something for your daily rides, commutes. You use this if you have, let's say, a scooter, an Italjet scooter, a Vespa, some small bike going around the city, nothing too crazy. This protects only your chest and your back. There is no shoulder protection. This is the simplest and the entry point in the Alpinestars Tech airbags. I wouldn't do this for bigger bikes. Maybe if you're a Harley rider, you don't want to put too much on, this also do. Anything is better than going without an airbag. So if you don't want something heavier and bigger, I would definitely go with this. And this is the Tech-Air 5 Plasma. This is the most versatile and the most used tech airbag system probably in the world, because it has a lot of nice features and it has fantastic protection. So basically, unlike the Tech Airbag 3, the Tech Airbag 3 has a street algorithm. This one has 3 algorithms and you can quickly change them from here. So you can do off-road, you can do street, and you can do race. So basically, let's say you have 3 bikes. You have a GSA, you have an S1000RR, and you sometimes go to the track. By a click of a button, you change the algorithm. You change how the airbag takes a decision about inflating or not. So if you do light off-roading and you have a GS, you do mostly road, but sometimes you go off-road, you can easily switch the algorithm from road to off-road. This is a fantastic airbag if you have multiple bikes and you don't want to invest in multiple airbags. Very simple, very, very light. It has chest protection, it has back protection, and it has shoulder protection. And with all this protection, it also prevents your neck from overextending. It's just like you're wearing a neck brace. So this is the most versatile tech airbag system from Alpinestars. Now we're getting serious. These are airbags that are more focused on a special riding style. This is the 7X. The 7X is focused on sport riders. S1000RR, Ducatis, GSXRs, any hyper bike, super bike, whatever bike, this is your to-go vest. The 7X is designed, you can go on the road and for occasional visits to the track. So it has a lot of algorithms for the track and the same for the street, but very, very focused on sports motorcycle. The 7X is the go-to for sport riders. Now let's go a little bit off-roading. This is the MX airbag. This is the latest edition of tech airbag systems in Alpinestars. This is purely for motocross rider. You're doing sand, you're going jumps, you're doing whatever on the sand. This is your to-go-to airbag. It's light, it protects your chest, your back, a little bit of shoulder protection, not major, but with sand riding, this is extremely light. It is lighter than even wearing a standard body armor, and it gives you very, very good protection. And this is the Tech-Air Off-Road. This is the airbag I personally use. If you're doing a lot of off-roading, trails, rallies, races, whatever you're doing off-road, enduro, this is the airbag to go for. This is an airbag now mandatory in Dakar. You cannot go race in Dakar. You cannot go race on all the Baja races, on any of these off-road races without the Tech Airbag Off-Road. This is designed for off-roading, but yes, you can use it for a street. So if you have a GS or you have a Tenere and you do more off-road than a road, then this is the airbag to go for. It has 3 modes, 3 algorithms: street, enduro, and rally, depending on riding style. This will work for all adventure bikes. It will work for enduro bikes, Teneres, 690s, 890s, Ducati Multistradas, any adventure, enduro, or even motocross bike. This will do fantastic. And this is the ultimate airbag for the track. MotoGP, if you feel your Marc Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, you're on the track day and night, this is the airbag to go for. This is a complete racing airbag, and it's the only one that comes with hip protection. So when the bladder inflates, you're protecting your shoulders, your back, your chest, and your hips. So this is a pure track airbag. The only issue with this airbag, and I'm telling you out of experience, is when it pops, it inflates, takes space, because it has shorts, it pulls up and you have this feeling of like, because it pulls down there, it hurts a little bit and then it releases. So keep in mind, when this pops, if you have an accident and this pops, you can change the canister by yourself on most of them. The Tech-Air Airbag Off-Road, the 7X, the Plasma, this is something you can change by yourself. After 4 times, you need to come for a bladder change, but the rest of the time, it's all about you. Only the Tech-Air 10, we need to get involved because it's more of a racing environment. We have technicians that have been in training in Italy to make sure we provide the airbag with the latest software, with the latest upgrade, health checks, make sure the bladder is intact, and give it back to you. So guys, the moral of the story is, I have ridden around the world. I got hit by a truck in Vietnam, off a mountain in Chile. I crashed into kangaroos in Australia. I've seen crashes, I've lived crashes. Half of my body is metal. I know how it feels to crash. Things can go wrong in a second. The minute you lose focus for 1 second, things can go. It can be not your fault, it can be somebody else's fault. But the airbag, sooner or later, will save your life. And you will see, as helmets are mandatory today, the airbags will be mandatory in 10 years. There is no question about it. They are now mandatory in the car, mandatory in MotoGP for a reason. And since they became mandatory, we saw less injuries, less deaths, and less fractured bones. So if you are serious about riding and you think you will be riding for a long time ahead, come visit us at Oldtimer in Doha, Riyadh, or Dubai. Come try the airbags, feel it, understand it, and you will understand the value of this thing. This is the difference between life and death.